address you wanted?
Thanks, MG.
Honey, right? Love those click-clacking heels.
Honey O'Donoghue, to what do we owe the honor?
Can you tell me about this woman, Mia Novotny?
She got stabbed and stuffed in the car, I guess.
In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy.
Only when we submit to the will of God do we serve him. Hector, not in the sacristy.
You call me up and ask me, would I like to go with you and see a movie?
The French, they're not happy.
Who's not happy?
First I say no, I got some plans for tonight.
Honey O'Donoghue, I ain't seen you in a minute.
Mia Novotny, are you aware of any trouble she was in?
Will she owe you money?
She was afraid of something the cops couldn't help her with. I said I'd help. Cops said it was an accident.
Love is
That was from her church in town. She never wore that in the house. You'll neither.
Next film we're going to review is Honey Don't. Simon, tell us about this film.
Yeah, this is the new film from Ethan Coen. It's one of he said it's going to be a trilogy of lesbian B movies alongside Drive Away Dolls, which came out a couple of years ago. And this is the second in the trilogy, written with his wife, Trisha Cook. These are kind of crime capers that involve lesbianism in some way. So this is kind of a B movie about Honey O'Donoghue, played by Margaret Qualley, who is a small-town private investigator in, like, the American South, who is investigating a series of strange deaths in the town. They seem to be linked to a mysterious church led by Chris Evans' pastor character, and Honey also gets involved with Aubrey Plaza's cop character, policewoman character. So yeah, it's a kind of crime caper. It's a bit of a romp in a kind of there's certainly Coen Brothers sensibilities to it, but it's not nearly as good as anything the Coen Brothers produced together. It's fine. It's like if you like Drive Away Dolls, this is very similar to Drive Away Dolls. If you didn't like Drive Away Dolls, you won't like this. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, did you like Drive Away Dolls?
Yeah. Again, I thought that was fine. You know, it's a fun. I'm accepting these as kind of just fun B movies. Like they just fit into that part of the cinema ecosystem that is somewhat neglected in a kind of ecosystem of big blockbusters, and those kinds of films. It's somewhat missing, like these 90-minute fun comedy films. Generally, it worked for me. It's similar to Drive Away Dolls, like you say. But it's fun. It's fine. I think some of the reviews are a bit sniffy about it in a way that I don't get. Like, I just had a good time. I'm not going to, go out and buy it on Blu-ray or whatever. I'm probably not going to ever watch it again. But it was fun. It was a fun way to spend 90 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I saw Drive Away Dolls not in a cinema. I saw it at the Grass Market and kind of liked it better than the person who I went with. But I think I also just really like Margaret Qualley, and so I'm enjoying like her as like in these scenes as well. And I like
she's great. She carries the film on her back.
Yeah,
like, for one thing, like she's clearly the main character. She's in most scenes. And she's great. Like, she does a good performance. She's
a great performance, and as you said, kind of in this B movie sort of way. The other thing I really liked about both films, but I liked this one even maybe a little more, although the previous one took place in Florida, and I am from Florida. But I think the sense of place, I just think that there's this sense of, even from the opening, which I didn't love the opening. I found them kind of hard to read, but I didn't love the opening credits. But I do like this sense of like South. I mean, I think it was California, but this kind of America that doesn't, it's just sort of run down and a little, there's this like, or sort of old signs and stuff. And so I think the place and the space that this film is being made is really fascinating in the way it's shot as well. And it's just it really it gets it. It's a little more like it's kind of noir-y, or sort of like in the sense of like, I don't know, it's heightened, you know, there's this heightenedness to everyday places, or sort of rundown churches and like car washes or whatever. But I think both of them, you know, I can see the trilogy. It's a totally different story. They're not connected per se, other than themes, as you were saying. But it's really, and also I mean, I like Aubrey Plaza. I like Chris Evans. Chris Evans plays this really wacky bad guy, like preacher. It's very strange and fun-ish, you know, like, and I enjoyed it. But again, I wouldn't say it's like an award-winning film.
No, I think Ethan Coen does have this interest in place, like you mentioned, particularly like the outskirts of American society, you know, people on the fringes who've been pushed out into the suburbs or small towns or whatnot. Because it feels like that comes across in like Raising Arizona, which he made with his brother, and like No Country for Old Men even. And certainly comes through in Driveway Dolls and this. Like, they're very interested in those sense of forgotten places, abandoned places abandoned by the state. So yeah, that comes across. Like you say, it's not going to win any awards. Like I said, it's not as good as anything the Coen brothers have done together. It feels like it doesn't quite come together in a way that if Joel Coen were involved, like the Coen brothers films have this kind of sense of disparate elements that do come together at the end. This has a sense of disparate elements that don't come together at the end.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like there's things that get lost along the way. There's subplots that get lost. There's characters that go missing. It feels like it doesn't quite resolve properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
there's just something missing.
I think I was curious because I'm not a huge Coen brothers fan, although I mean I love some of their films. I think Barton Fink is one of my favorite. I love Barton Fink, and like, but I think I was just curious how when you pull the brothers apart, you know, what you get. And I think there's an example, like there's a Safdies. The Safdies are now, you know, making separate films. So what is Ethan's, you know, like contribution? Maybe it is this sense of place, which just like is just the outskirts, but it really is just America. Like, as you drive through America, these towns, like it felt very much Orlando as much as whatever town this was. And it really, it there could have been more, but it was fine enough for a unlimited card at Cineworld, you know. So I enjoyed it.
Well, exactly. Yeah, I also used my unlimited card to get in for free, and well, for the cost of a subscription. But yeah, it was fine. It was fine, fun on a Friday night. Yeah. I said to my partner afterwards, like, it feels like Ethan Coen brings the silliness to Coen Brothers films, and Joel Coen brings the seriousness. And together, like, great. On their own, one is too silly and one is too serious.
Fair enough.
Begging them to work together again is my plea from this bit.
Oh yeah, we'll make that happen. Hopefully, we'll manifest that.
I'm sure they're listening.
So, Honey Don't is a silly Ethan Coen film, as Simon says. But it's worth your while if that sounded interesting to you, and it's currently in cinemas in the UK.